If you should ever find someone new, you know you really got to you. When there is love, I'll be there, I'll be there. Look over your shoulder, honey. Ooh, I'll be there to comfort you. Good. Wow, I'm back. World Cup's done. Sting on the beat. Yeah. So it was a brilliant World Cup, filled with lots of action, nerves, anger, turmoil, drama. I loved it. I loved it. Sorry for the background noises. That's my dog. And he's meant to be trying to sleep, but I don't know what he's doing. So yeah. Honestly, I love this World Cup as a football fan. And I think a lot of football fans loved it too, because there was just so much drama and just so much of I do not know what's going to happen. Like no one knew what was going to happen. And as football fans, that's what we love. We don't love always seeing the best teams just running over the smaller teams. We don't always love seeing that. So as football fans, I feel like this was a perfect World Cup. So much drama, so much action. I loved it. I just absolutely loved it. So to get started with, I'm gonna talk about the nations that didn't perform, and I'll go work my way up all the way to the World Cup final. So to begin with, I'll talk about Germany. And I feel like Germany, they weren't good. They weren't good, not because they didn't play good, but they just didn't, their system, they didn't execute to 100. And you remember the first video I made about the World Cup, I said that each nation has played a system. And Germany's system, one of the most important pieces is that goal poacher, the Darren Ben, the one that just taps the balls in and always knows how to find the back of the goal. And they didn't have that. Timo Werner is not that. His finishing is poor. It's about 52 on FIFA. It's poor. It's absolutely poor. My brother has his world Champions League card. It's absolutely gobsmacking shit. I hate it. I subbed him off right off. Timo Werner is not that man. He's not that man. Listen, I was wrong about Germany. I put my hands up. Some people out there will be wrong and they'll be like, no, I was right. I'm wrong. I accept when I'm wrong. And I was completely wrong about this whole entire World Cup. Don't get me started. And I'm sorry for giving you guys the wrong information. Please forgive me. Hey, Khaled. But anyways, Germany, I just feel like they didn't have that one piece, was the striker. Thomas Muller has not been the same since Lewandowski has joined Bayern Munich. That's not Thomas Muller. Honestly, I feel like he needs to leave Bayern Munich and refine himself, because he's at the crossroads. So yeah, Germany was just, and the fact that they're using Mesut Ozil as their scapegoat is just sad. He played good. It's just that as a whole, the team doesn't execute. There's nothing more. And also the Champions Curse. The Champions Curse is real. It's real. It's real. We'll see if in 4 years if France can break the curse. As much Africans they have on their team, I'm pretty sure there'll be enough juju on that team to break the curse. So that's Germany for me. They really disappointed. And another team that really would say disappointed a lot of people is Brazil. They disappointed their families at home, the nation in Brazil. They really disappointed. And Brazil is one of those countries that if you don't win that World Cup, if you don't receive that accolade, that's the only accolade that they want to hear about. If you don't have that accolade, you will be forgotten. Like all this haircut Neymar is doing, all these skills that he's doing. If he doesn't win that World Cup, I'm telling you this, there'll be another Brazilian kid just like Neymar who will win the World Cup and they'll forget about Neymar just how a lot of Brazilians forgot about Zico because he didn't win the World Cup. But then again, I feel like a lot of people have been really hard on Neymar, and I feel like it's not fair. It's not fair because if you think about it, after PSG got knocked out of Champions League back in Madrid, Neymar's season was practically done. So he missed about 3 to 4 months of football playing against the world's best. He missed 3 to 4 months of that while other players were playing. So he basically had to rush everything to get fit for the World Cup. So mentally, physically, psychologically, biochemistry, he wasn't fully ready. He wasn't ready. And I feel like that was part of the reason why he was diving a lot, because he was scared that if he receives a full tackle from someone, that the injured ankle could be injured even worse. Like, I feel like he wasn't fully 100% confident in that ankle. That's why he was playing the way he did, because he's been known as a diver, but this was levels, bruv. There's levels, and Neymar reached his peak. Neymar peaked in that World Cup. But still, like I'm saying, Neymar he's been unlucky in World Cups. The one inside Brazil, he almost got, I feel like a lot of people forget that man almost lost the ability to walk because someone kneed him in the back. He would have been a couple inches higher, he would have been paralyzed. So Neymar in World Cup, he's experienced that traumatic career-ending injury. So I feel like that has to do part with it. I'm not trying to say his diving was justified. I'm just saying that maybe we should just understand him and where he's coming from. Because as being a skillful player like Neymar, you do get chopped in the legs a lot more than other players, and it hurts. So I feel like that, myself, I play football, and sometimes I know when I'm playing against an idiot on the other team or someone that doesn't know what they're doing, as soon as I feel their body on me, I just fall to the ground. Not because I'm weak or because I can't win the 50-50, because I know that if I allow this guy to keep coming at me, he's going to injure me one way or the other. So I feel like that's kind of what Neymar was doing. I'm not justifying it. But and also another critique about the Brazilian team is the manager. I feel like he wasn't brave enough to take off Jesus and Willian. Like, Jesus was not good in the World Cup. I feel like Firmino should have been the one starting over Jesus. Firmino had a fantastic season with Liverpool. He was balling. And Douglas Costa, whenever he came on for Brazil, he was a difference maker. Driving at the defense, he just got the ball, and you just see this man just running straight at the defense. And we didn't see much of that in this World Cup. Like, we didn't really see much of that in the World Cup, which is very shocking to see. And a player like Jesus, Costa, I feel like the manager should have taken the risk of just splitting up that famous Coutinho, Jesus, and Neymar, and just actually playing players that are actually ready to play. Because I felt like Neymar should have been coming on as a sub. Wow, what am I saying? Yeah, he should have. You should have eased him into the World Cup. Like the first game, put him on in the 60th minute. You know, let the team be winning, so the focus isn't about Neymar or what's he gonna do. Like, I remember, I think it's 2002 World Cup when that Ronaldo got that crazy haircut. Why did he get the haircut? Because I think they were focusing too much on like an injury he had. So he said in order to get that focus off of it, he did that haircut so they can be talking about that. So I felt like the manager failed Neymar, because they should have really tried to protect Neymar more, put him in the 60th minute, try and ease him into the World Cup, let him get that flow. Let the Brazil team also get their own flow, so when Neymar comes in, he just fits right in, and it's not just about Neymar. Because the Brazil's attack was really just about Neymar, and it was just pathetic to watch. You see Willian literally standing on the other side while these guys are doing rubbish. I didn't understand it, But I feel like next World Cup, I expect big from Brazil. I want to see players like Firmino and Douglas Costa break into that starting 11, honestly, because I feel like this World Cup, Brazil didn't reach their max potential. So moving from Brazil, another team that is Argentina. See, this is the thing, yeah. I didn't want this to be a Messi Ronaldo comparison. I don't want it to be. I really don't want it to be. And I just thought about it, and I'm not going to make it into that. But I just want to say hats off to Ronaldo, because man balled for Portugal. Like, he showed what he did, what he does at Real Madrid, or what he used to do at Real Madrid. He showed it in that World Cup, because man was balling. Man carried them as much as he physically could, because no one else on that team was actually playing. Like Pepe, that was not Pepe. That was his twin brother or his cousin or someone was running. That was not the mad Pepe I know. Like Pepe that guy used to be mad. And if no one used to be like, when Douglas Costa or Diego Costa, whatever his name is, elbowed Pepe that match, I was like, is that Pepe? Because that's what Pepe used to be doing to people. And now he's just allowing it. I'm just like, nah, Pepe's gone. He's gone. We've lost a great one. We've lost one. But Ronaldo took that Portugal team as far as he could. Uruguay, they're strong. South American teams are really strong inside the World Cup. Uruguay, they're strong. Argentina was absolutely goal-smacking atrocious. That team should be banned for South America and the next World Cup. They should honestly be banned, because I don't know, maybe I take pride in representing, representing. Like, for example, if I, let's say, travel and represent my family name, I take pride in that, just representing. Or let's say I go to an Indian place and I'm the only black person, I will take pride in being, I have to step up for my black people, you know what I mean? That team went to Russia and there was no sense of nothing, no sense of patriotism, no sense of nothing. Honestly, they're a disgrace to their nation, and starting from the captain all the way to the player that was collecting water for the other players, they're all disgrace. Because it's absolutely embarrassing that you go to World Cup and you're depressed. Only God knows why you're depressed. You're sad, only God knows why you're sad. You can't lift your head up, your head is like this. Only God knows why it's like that. When you're making 500k a week, when there's people inside Nigeria that would love to even take not even 500,000, that's $100. They'll have, but you making 500,000 pounds a week, your head's like this. You don't wanna. I'm tired of Messi. I'm tired of Messi fans, because that man is nonsense. God forgive me for calling that man a nonsense, but honestly, how can you be representing your own country and you do that to them? Messi has lost Argentina, man. He has lost Argentina, because for me, I don't see it. There's no excuse. Don't even chat about his team was crap. Don't even chat about that, because his team was not crap. Don't even chat about the manager was not good, because that manager beat Argentina in the South Copa America. Don't even chat about the manager. Talk about the players on the pitch. Talk about why couldn't the players find a way to play together. Don't chat about anything else here, because that Croatia team made it to the finals and they didn't have the best. The only top 10 player in the world they had is Modric. When in every single position, if I'm wrong, someone please tell me, I think there's about 3 or 4 Argentinian players in the top 10 about every single position. So don't chat about manager, the Argentina football station is corrupt. Don't chat about that nonsense, bro. That team is about the players, yeah, and you gotta take it off the manager sometimes, because the players they fielded, yeah, starting from that. Let me not even curse him, because it's not good. But starting from Messi, and when he's never be handed the captain's armband ever again. Because if you can't respect your country and respect the people, your fans, and you go to a World Cup and you're depressed, you should never have the privilege of wearing an armband again in your life. Because if you can't leave your country, or 20 people that represent your country inside a foreign land, you can't leave no one anywhere, man. I don't care, man, because that's your country. They brought you up. Russia didn't bring you up. Barcelona didn't bring you up. Your country brought you up, bro. because the food you're eating inside your house, I'm pretty sure is Argentinian food. If I'm wrong, correct me. You're not eating no Spanish food, or if you're eating Spanish food, it's once in a while when you go to your friend's house or you go to a restaurant. So Messi's a disgrace to Argentina. And all those Argentinians, I know Argentina, they gave up on him. They did, because if that man's Nigerian, bro, Nigerians are savage. Like during the World Cup, they kidnapped Mikel's dad. Why? We don't know. Nigerians are savage, man. But Messi he just embarrassed himself. He put a huge dent in his legacy, in my opinion. Because you can't go to a World Cup like that and just be doing nonsense, man. Like honestly, just piss me off. Honestly. But let's move on to better things, yeah. Because football almost came home, you know. Football almost came home. Football was this close to coming home. It was this close. Even though I personally did not want football to come home, it was this close. It was this close. And the thing is that a lot of people took football's coming home seriously. It was a song that they made, I think, in the 1990 World Cup, and it's just like a joke, saying when is football ever going to come back home? So they made the song. And the England squad, they did alright. I said alright, I'm not going to say they did amazing, because the first really good team they come across, they lost, Belgium. The second really good team they came across was Colombia. And Colombia didn't have their best player, James Rodriguez. And they just squeezed past Colombia. Then the third good team they came across that had all their players, Croatia, they lost. So in fairness, whenever they played against a good side that had a fit for the 11, they lost. So England losing against Croatia was justified. They didn't. The teams they played to get to Croatia were Sweden. What's Sweden? Like, come on. Like Sweden, they're not that strong. And then they played up against Colombia that didn't have their best player. And James Rodriguez makes a really big difference to that Colombia side. A really big difference. Everyone knows it. So yeah, now we're going to talk about the finalists, the teams that made the World Cup, and my hats off to Croatia, honestly. Croatia, I really loved and enjoyed watching Croatia, even though they beat Nigeria, they beat England. I really enjoyed watching. It was so beautiful to just see a smaller nation play that well. It was just so beautiful to see. It reminded me of like when Ghana was on that run. It was just so beautiful to see. It's lovely to see smaller nations that they have the talent just finally get it right. It was beautiful to see, and I felt like in the World Cup final they just faced. It was not fair. I feel like in the World Cup final, like, yeah, you have to be a referee, but at the same time, the line has to be, let's say the line is here, you gotta put it like, let's say here. You know what I mean? You just have to put that line there, because it's the final. Let's see football at its finest. I'm not saying we didn't see football at its finest, but I just feel like the referee had too big of an influence in the final. And it low-key kind of ruined the final, because you can't get luckier than a pen and an own goal. I've never seen that in the final. Penalty and an own goal. The referee basically handed the cup to France, because a team as good as France, you give them 2-3 goals without them having to work hard. Because they're gonna score one on their own or two, so you just gave them 2-3 goals, and then Croatia's team just like that does something to you. Like you're playing really well and you get knocked. Then you fight the knock, you get back up, you're swinging, right? Yeah, then you start leaning your jab, you got momentum back. And then what? The referee gives you a low blow, and then Sonny Liston just bangs you and then you knock down. Like, come on, man. It's not fair on them, and I felt like the handball it's never a handball. And the fact that you're so silly that you took it into slow-mo, like, it's physics. Like, if man's knee comes up, his hand is automatically gonna follow. It's just a motion that is instilled into like human body. Like if I raise this leg, this hand is automatically gonna follow. One of my hands will follow if I raise the leg. It's just what happens. And he's in the air, he's mid-air. So it's like, it's just the ref just had too big of an influence. And I feel like referees I feel like footballers have to go through academies, have to sit through classrooms, learn the tactics of the team. I feel like referees, they need to go to like college and get a certain level of physics degree. There needs to just be a referee physics degree, because I just don't understand how it's reached a point where it's not even, oh, you missed the call. It's reached a point of sadness. Because I feel like if we had a different referee that knew what he was doing, Croatia would have won the cup. Look, I'm not hating against France. They won it fair and square, but the better side was Croatia. And I just hate in football, especially World Cup final, where a team literally is balling. They deserve to win. They basically should have won, but the referee just destroyed the game. He didn't destroy the game, but he had too big of an influence. Like, you're 2-1 down because of an own goal and a penalty. And the own goal came from a Griezmann dive. Anyone will be demoralized. So I just feel like the referees need to go to referee college and get a physics degree, so they learn if you put this much force into someone, that's when they fall. Versus if you put this much force into someone, they should never fall in a million years. And I feel like that's what's going to help the diving problem, because the diving problem is really ruining football. But honestly, it was a brilliant World Cup. I loved it from beginning, a little bit at the end. I just wanted Croatia to win so bad, and they didn't win, and it sucked. And I low-key shedded a tear in my heart. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys comment. I want to know what you guys thought of the World Cup. So leave a comment down below, and I will be back on Thursday, not in a month. Peace.